Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to dive into something that's, well, absolutely critical for pretty much any organization out there: mastering strategic visibility and customer growth.
I want you to think about this for a second. I mean, you've seen this happen, right? They've got this incredible product, a brilliant service, an amazing team behind them, but for some reason, they just fizzle out. So what gives? What's the one thing that goes wrong time and time again?
And there you have it. See, the real issue, more often than not, isn't that the product is bad. It's that it's invisible. It's simple, really. If people don't even know you exist, how are they ever going to buy from you? And you know, this gets at a really fundamental truth of business. Having a brilliant idea is only half the battle. You could literally have the best idea in the world, but if it's just sitting there in the dark, well, it's not doing anyone any good, is it? That's the invisibility problem, and that's exactly what we're going to tackle today.
So if invisibility is the problem, visibility has to be the solution. But hold on, we're not talking about just shouting from the rooftops. We're talking about strategic visibility. Think of it like this. It's the intentional path you build to go from being a complete unknown to being totally unforgettable. So what does that actually mean? Okay, let's unpack this definition a bit, because the words here are really important. Notice it says a deliberate and integrated plan. That's key. This isn't about luck. It's not about just throwing something out there and hoping it goes viral. No, it's about a conscious strategy that ties together your product, your price, and your promotion. And see how it all points to one single goal: driving customer growth.
All right, so to get this whole thing moving, you need some horsepower. Let's imagine your visibility plan is like a powerful engine. And this engine, it's got three crucial parts, and they all have to work in perfect sync to get you where you need to go. And those parts are product, price, and promotion, the three Ps. So let's take a quick example. Imagine a startup with some cool new project management software. For their product strategy, maybe they decide to make it the absolute easiest, most intuitive tool on the market. For their price strategy, they might go with a freemium model, right? To get people in the door, no friction. And for promotion, maybe they focus on writing super helpful blog posts for project managers. See? Each P is a very specific choice, and when they work together, that's the engine that starts to punch through that wall of invisibility.
Okay, but an engine just sitting there idling is, well, it's useless, right? It has to be going somewhere. So what's the destination for our three-strategy engine? It's aimed at something very, very specific, what we call the customer growth cycle. And really, this cycle is the whole point of the exercise. It all starts with acquiring customers, just getting them to walk through the door. So for our software company, that's a new team signing up. But then you got to retain them, right? You have to make sure they stick around because they're getting real value. Maybe that's amazing customer support or consistently rolling out cool new features. And the last piece, you grow them. That could mean turning that free user into a paying one, or even better, getting them to tell their friends and invite other teams. Acquire, retain, grow. That's the whole mission right there. And this quote right here, it just ties it all together so perfectly. Because mastering these strategies isn't just about hitting a sales target, it's about creating a powerful feedback loop. Think about it. The better you get at acquiring, retaining, and growing your customers, the more visible you become. People start talking, and that increased visibility makes it easier to acquire even more customers. It's this awesome self-reinforcing cycle.
Okay, let's really dig in here, because this is where the rubber meets the road. So let's connect the dots. How can your product strategy help you acquire customers? Well, maybe you have a killer feature that nobody else has. That's a huge draw. And how does that same product help you retain them? Easy. It's super reliable, it never crashes, and the support is amazing. Okay, now let's look at price. How does that help you acquire? A sweet introductory offer, maybe? A free trial? And how do you use price to grow? Maybe you offer referral bonuses. You know, give a discount to your current customer and the new one they bring in. You see how this works? Every single box in this grid represents a conscious choice. The main thing to get is that none of this is by accident. It's a whole grid of intentional, strategic decisions.
All right, so you've got all the pieces on the table now. We've talked about the problem, invisibility, the solution, strategic visibility. We have our 3P engine, and we know its destination, the customer growth cycle. Let's put it all together into one simple blueprint you can actually use. So let's do a super quick recap of the big takeaways here. First off, and this is the big one, success depends on strategic visibility. A great product alone just isn't enough anymore. Second, your engine for creating that visibility is that powerful trio: product, price, and promotion, your 3P engine. Third, you got to aim that engine somewhere, and its target is always the customer growth cycle: acquire, retain, and grow. And last,
The real magic happens when you intentionally line up every single one of those strategies with every single one of those customer goals.
And that brings us to the final and maybe most important question for you. When you look at this blueprint, your engine, its destination, where's the biggest gap for your business right now? Are you struggling to acquire new customers? Maybe your promotion strategy needs a tune-up. Or are you losing customers? Maybe you need to look at your product strategy for retaining them. Finding the answer to that question, well, that's going to tell you exactly where you need to put your energy to finally break free from that invisibility trap and really start to grow.